What is going on, guys? Welcome to Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for May 22nd, 2023. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. Loth is here, but he'll be here joining us in just a little bit. Monday Night Raw tonight was an absolute snooze fest. It was a snooze fest, indeed. Well, from what I understand, Loth was on stream during Monday Night Raw, and honestly, once Loth gets back, I will be, congratulating him for doing that, because he didn't have to endure 3 hours of god-awful television before the Night of Champions pay-per-view, which takes place this weekend in the afternoon, and we'll see what happens when it comes to that. Tonight's Raw was just an absolute bore fest. I was almost asleep through most of it. The only thing that was kind of in relevance of what was happening on Monday Night Raw tonight was the Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar situation. Apparently, Cody Rhodes now has a broken arm, so that's great. And for people that are saying that this is a work for the match, I can look at that arm, considering I've had 3 surgeries on these arms, and can say that that arm is legitimately broken. So, you can trust me, considering I have had 3 surgeries on these arms before. That arm is completely broken. And does Cody care that that arm is completely broken heading into Night of Champions against Brock Lesnar? No, he's going to go in there, and he is going to compete with that broken arm, and we will see where things go when it comes to Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. Keep in mind that Cody Rhodes, he competed inside Hell in a Cell with a torn pec that was completely off the bone. So Cody Rhodes does not care that he has a broken arm or a torn pec, for that matter, when that was happening back when he was facing Seth Rollins inside Hell in a Cell. He does not care. He will go in there into that match, and he will fight like he said he would. And Triple H, he was out there, or basically in Cody's locker room at the end of the show tonight, saying, listen, I can look at that arm and tell that was broken, bro. I can look at that arm and say that this is broken, but we need to get you to medical attention. Cody refused. Cody refused medical attention, and he said that he will go fight Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. Other than that, guys, the matches really didn't mean anything on the show. The only real match I actually kind of cared for, other than the main event, was the Ricochet and Bronson Reed match, because that match is absolutely fantastic. That is exactly what we need when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship picture. Those two are exactly the kind of contenders that we should have for the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet and Bronson Reed, they killed it tonight. They were hooping tonight, and they really showed out on Monday Night Raw tonight. Now, when it comes to everything else on the show, Rhea Ripley is officially facing Natalya at Night of Champions, which is just god-awful. We have the Intercontinental Championship between Ali and Gunther. Ali was supposed to say something on Monday Night Raw tonight, but got cut off by Brock Lesnar, and he said to Ali to get a life, which was hilarious. That was probably one of the funniest parts of Monday Night Raw tonight. Other than that, the show was just completely boring, and I congratulate Loth on a job well done streaming tonight during Monday Night Raw instead of enduring the bore fest that was Monday Night Raw tonight. So good on you, Loth, for doing that. There was a lot of things that you could have done for the whole Monday Night Raw go home show for Night of Champions, and you chose to stream, and that was a good thing. That was a good job, and I appreciate you for doing that. Now, before we get into everything that happened on Monday Night Raw, because we will be breaking it down the only way that we can, make sure to hit the like button, turn on the bell for all notifications, as we are live basically almost every single day of the week. We will be doing our Night of Champions predictions show, possibly Thursday, if everything does go correctly. And we will see where things go from there. Follow me on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @PhillyMatt_. For Loft, that's at Loft Not Famous on basically everything. And yeah, you guys can follow him on Twitch and everything. I actually have that down there in the description below as well as helping us, reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. We are so close to 1K. So hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Thank you to our sponsor of tonight's episode, which is SeatGeek. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek. Green means good, red means bad. You know you're going to get the best deal using SeatGeek, as it, basically puts all the ticketing prices into one app. That way you know you're getting the best deal. And yeah, if you're going to go to a wrestling event, if you're going to go to a concert, if you're going to go to if you're going to go to one of the last, if you're going to go to a baseball game or anything like that, or hell, even if you are going to go to the Miami Heat Boston Celtic game, if Miami Heat, continue their trajectory, if they win tomorrow, I think the game is tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they sweep the Celtics and they go on to face the Lakers, who the Nuggets tonight. The Nuggets won tonight. I apologize. The Nuggets actually fucking swept the Lakers. If you're gonna go see Miami, possibly sweep the Boston Celtics, you guys can go use SeatGeek. Use the code OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase, and you're good to go, man. It's a great time. It's a great deal, and you're gonna get the best deal using SeatGeek. So thank you, SeatGeek, for being a part of the OTB family. We absolutely love having you here, and we are going to continue having you here. It's absolutely awesome, and we appreciate you for being a part of the family. Also, go get the merch. Teespring is the official home of OTB and its merchandise. You guys can go find that in the link in the description as well. Use the code OTB20 at checkout for 20% off your order when using the Teespring code. And for me personally, I am a WWE Shop affiliate. So if you want to, click on the link that is in my bio on TikTok. It's in the link tree that's in my bio on TikTok and on Twitter. If you guys are going to buy anything at WWE Shop, you guys can use my link and I'll get a small commission for the purchase that you make, whatever it is, whether it's a t-shirt or, a championship belt or a plaque or basically whatever you get. I get a small commission for that. And whatever commission I do get from the WWE Shop link will go directly to this channel. That way we can make the best stuff for you guys as possible. And yeah, man, it's a great time. So go get stuff at WWE Shop and support the channel by doing so. So thank you guys. We appreciate you for being here tonight on the Monday Night Raw post show right here on OTB. And yeah, we're going to get into everything that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight. And yeah, guys, we were here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And before I go into everything that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight, Hershey, where were you? Where were you? The crowd was non-existent tonight. The crowd was absolutely dead for the majority of the show. I don't know what it is about WWE crowds anymore. I think Loff and I talked about this on his stream not too long ago. I think it was actually yesterday when I caught his stream. And the chat was talking about how, just crowds for WWE shows nowadays are just absolutely almost non-existent nowadays, compared to like something like an AEW crowd or basically any other show for that matter. the WWE crowds nowadays, wherever you gotta go, in order to just, get things going when it comes to something. WWE crowds just don't really hit that much anymore. What's going on, Axel? But yeah, the crowd tonight was just absolutely boring as always, and we you gotta pull teeth to get some kind of reaction out of the crowd. But Monday Night Raw, we had that tonight in Hershey, and we will go over everything that happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. Hopefully, Love will be here soon. That way we can all talk Monday Night Raw together, and you guys can hear his thoughts on what he actually caught for Monday Night Raw, considering he was streaming for the majority of the show. Which again, I applaud Law for doing that because this show was boring. So good stuff, Love. But we kicked off Monday Night Raw tonight with a clip of Cody Rhodes arriving to the arena, and he just gets attacked by Brock Lesnar right off the bat. This was just, your typical Brock Lesnar brawl backstage. And man, listen, the Brock Lesnar Cody feud has gone absolutely nowhere. But one thing is for sure, Brock Lesnar knows how to do a backstage brawl. He just knows how to do a backstage beatdown, and I absolutely love that. Brock is a legitimate guy. You know how Brock is legitimate. You know how Brock just continues to, be that type of a guy that Monday Night Raw really does need when it comes to like a draw type of aspect. Brock, he does what he does, and that's just dominate people on a regular basis, and he just he got away with murder tonight on Monday Night Raw, and that's basically what happened almost every single time that Brock Lesnar even does, uh, show up on Monday Night Raw, and that is, just something that you gotta take into account. So Brock just completely, obliterated Cody tonight to kick off Monday Night Raw. And we saw Cody get thrown into equipment boxes as Lesnar yells at him, telling him to fight. Cody is leaning on a garage door, and Lesnar slammed a steel. He basically slammed a keg barrel, like a beer keg, into the left arm of Cody Rhodes, and he is screaming in pain. So, yeah, that basically started off everything when it comes to the injury angle that was for Cody Rhodes tonight. I don't even think it really is an angle. Like I said earlier on in the beginning portion of the show, you can look at that arm and tell that it is broken. Like I've had 3 surgeries on my arms. I know what a broken arm looks like, and that looked broken. But we will see what happens when it goes down in Saudi Arabia for Night of Champions. Because Cody's going to go out there and fight regardless, like he said at the end of the show tonight. So we go live into the arena, and we saw Paul Heyman standing in the ring. He introduces himself, and he says that he has nothing to do with the attack that just happened and that was just shown. He can testify to and say that it is only an example of what Cody Rhodes is going to be suffering from when they face off at Night of Champions, when he attempts to slay the Beast. Heyman says he understands how his special appearance on Raw last week was so well received. He has been invited back again this week to enlighten everyone. So that right there honestly just proves that this draft means nothing. Yeah. He had a visitor's pass last week on his phone, like it was a sticker on his cell phone, and now all of a sudden he doesn't even have a visitor's pass for this show. So this draft meant nothing because Paul Heyman could just do whatever he wants. He says that there are 3 main events at Night of Champions. That's not how main events work. Capped off with a historic battle when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will lose their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships back to the Bloodline. And Heyman says that the Usos watching proudly at home, and they will be proudly watching at home while the new Tag Team Champions will be Solo Sikoa and the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Heyman says that for the final time before Night of Champions, welcome to Monday Night Raw. So, listen, I know Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman aren't even really associated with each other anymore, but this could just be me. This could just be me. Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman will always be associated with each other. They may not be associated right now with each other on WWE programming, but you think of Brock Lesnar, you obviously think of Paul Heyman. And when you think Paul Heyman, you obviously think of a client like Brock Lesnar that he's had for the majority of the time being an advocate. When he said he just had nothing to do with what happened between Brock and Cody, that makes me think even more that he could possibly have something to do when it comes to Brock and Cody. Now, like I said, this could obviously just be me. And I always just think of Brock Lesnar when it comes to Paul Heyman. So, it is what it is. But he just automatically says it's not him. It's not him that, that insinuated everything. But that makes me think that he has something to do with it. Like I said, could just be me. But whenever I think Paul, I do think of Brock. So it is what it is. But he said it wasn't him. I guess it's not him. And we start things off on Monday Night Raw with Paul Heyman talking on Monday night before, or well, after the Cody Rhodes beatdown from Brock. So there we go with that. But yeah, that's what happened. We then hear Kevin Owens' music hit, and out comes Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, who follow suit. He leaves the ring, and Owens and Zayn walk down to a pop from the crowd. Zayn asks where Heyman went. He must think that he have a score to settle after what he did last week, but they feel pretty good. Zayn says that they are heading into the biggest title match they could have against Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. Zayn says that this is important to him, but he already said everything that he needed to say to Roman's face when he did just that. Then Owens got on the microphone and he said a few weeks ago, Roman dedicated his win, the win that they could possibly have at Night of Champions, to the Wild Samoans. He says that he would like to dedicate their win at Night of Champions to the real pillars of the bloodline, Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. Zayn tells him that at Night of Champions, but that Zayn tells him that is that's going to be happening at Night of Champions, but they have business to take care of tonight on Raw. Imperium's music hits, and they come out. Imperium then get onto the ring apron to surround the ring, and it was going to be a 3-on-2 attack until Matt Riddle runs out and basically joins in on the fray, joins in with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Imperium backs off as Gunther tells them to leave. Imperium then runs back down the aisle way to attack Sami and KO. So they run back down. They attack Sami, KO, and Riddle. They threw out Vinci and Kaiser to the outside, and it takes all 3 of them to throw out Gunther over the top rope, and he landed on the outside of the ring. So all of that was happening. I thought we were already getting that match. I thought that match is actually going to kick off Monday Night Raw for tonight, but then obviously when things went to commercial break and we came back with Byron Saxton, I was like, okay, obviously this is going to be the main event, and we had things going when it comes to that. So it was good. Obviously Heyman, all of that stuff between Heyman, Sami, and KO, that was really build up for what they are going to be doing at Night Champions for the Undisputed Tag Team titles. But to me, that was mainly just to insinuate who was going to be their tag team partner, which, if you already saw on social media, was already rumored to be Matt Riddle in the beginning. So we kind of already knew what was going to be happening tonight on Raw, and it was turning out to be Riddle on to be going as their tag team partner. So it was very, very not predictable, but I mean, if you saw it on social media, you saw it on social media, and you were going to see it take place tonight on Raw. So there you go. So yeah, that's what happened with that. We saw Byron Saxton backstage after a commercial break, and he says that it is not clear if Cody will be able to compete at Night of Champions because of the brutal attack by Brock. Adam Pearce walks in and says that he is still being evaluated and is still being seen by the doctor. Saxton says that the rumors are going around that Brock could have broken Cody's arm, and Pearce tells him that he still has to be evaluated. So stay tuned for any update. So at that point, we're like, oh fuck. If the rumors were already going around that he could possibly have a broken arm, then that things possibly went, it probably didn't go too far, but obviously this was starting off to be an injury angle for the match heading into Night of Champions. But obviously, once Brock goes rogue, he doesn't know how to stop himself, and he just goes whenever he wants to go. So there was that. Brock continued the assault throughout the entire night. So there was that. We will get into everything that happened later on when it comes to the attack in the ring, and then what happened after the show. So we'll see when it comes to that. But yeah, the rumor already at the start of Monday Night Raw was that Cody broke his arm in the attack by Brock Lesnar. Great. Good stuff. But we had our first matchup of the night, which was Ricochet and Bronson Reed. And like I said earlier on in the broadcast, I think this match is absolutely great. I think these two are exactly what we need when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship scene here on Monday Night Raw. Ricochet was the former Intercontinental Champion before losing it to Gunther. And Bronson Reed is that type of guy like a Gunther that could carry a championship on his shoulder and, carry it with the prestige that it should be presented by. Bronson Reed is an absolute tank. He's a fantastic human being, and he is an absolute monster. And they have been presenting him as such. Bronson won tonight with a tsunami, which was fantastic. I think this entire thing between him and Ricochet was great. And we'll see where things go when it comes to them and the Intercontinental Championship scene. Gunther and the Intercontinental Championship has been absolutely fantastic. I don't think anybody is really going to be arguing when it comes to that project, But Gunther's going to have to lose his championship eventually. And I'm still holding out on Sheamus beating Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. I know they're on separate brands, but trust me, that if there's ways for SmackDown people to compete for a Raw World Championship, there are definitely ways to get Sheamus over to Monday Night Raw, and he could possibly defeat Gunther. Or the other way around. Now, if it's not going to be Sheamus, I really do think that somebody like a Bronson Reed could be that type of a guy. If you're going to do something when it comes to the Intercontinental Championship, I know both of those two are heels, right? At least they're being presented as heels. But Bronson Reed being somebody that could be, a legitimate threat to somebody like a Gunther, because they're both dominant. They both have what it takes to take a championship off of somebody really quickly. And at the end of the day, they are both a very, very formidable opponent for each other. If WWE has ran out of ideas and they needed somebody in a pinch, Gunther and Bronson Reed could be that type of matchup for them. And honestly, it would be a fantastic match. Like, if you've seen anything of Bronson's work, if you've seen anything of Gunther's work, you know that those two can go, especially with each other. I don't think it's ever actually happened between those two before, but if you've seen their characters of work and if you've seen their body of work when it comes to the quality of stuff that they bring out on television, they would be able to put a banger together. And I think it would work out really well. A lot of people are holding out of Gunther possibly ending the long reign of Honky Tonk Man. And if he were to do that, it would have to be until September. He'd have to hold it until, I believe, like September 10th or something like that, which would be around the Clash of the Castle time, if they go to Clash of the Castle again. So that's going to be something there, and that's why I'm holding out on Sheamus. But we'll see where things go from there. I actually think it's going to be a really good idea to see where things go when it comes to Gunther and the IC title. But yeah, that's going to be something that we're going to have to take a look into. So yeah, Gunther, the Intercontinental Champion, looking really good, and these two are fantastic for that scene when it comes to the IC title picture. So let's go over what happened during the match, though. Okay, so we had Ricochet. He goes for a kick, but Reed with a big punch onto Ricochet's leg, and Reed clotheslines him to the outside of the ring. Reed then goes on the apron, and he's going to go for his running shoulder tackle off the apron, but Ricochet hits him with a knee to the face in midair, and Ricochet goes to jump off the rope, but Reed then trips him up, and Reed then goes for a splash in the corner, followed by a power slam. Reed then climbs to the top rope, and Reed then goes for the tsunami. He hits it, and he goes for the cover 1, 2, 3, and that is it. So Bronson beats Ricochet here on Monday Night Raw. Bronson's continuing to look dominant as always, and I absolutely love that for him. Like I said, if they're in a pinch and they need something big for a Gunther match, I understand they're both heels, but Gunther and Reed, give that to me. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. And honestly, I think they would be really, really good opponents for each other. So, yeah. That's what I would like to see. Who knows? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what type of opponents you want to see Gunther face for the Intercontinental Championship on the I wouldn't say last few legs of his Intercontinental Championship reign, because I don't like he's probably not losing that championship for a while still. But let me know some other opponents you'd like to see Gunther face for that IC title, and we'll see where things go, man. I'm still banking on Sheamus taking the title at Clash, but we'll see. We'll see where things go. So, yeah. We then had Kathy Kelly in an interview, and Kathy Kelly That's always a good thing, So we see Kathy Kelly backstage with Apollo Crews. He tells her that he is hoping Cody is okay, but he is excited to be back on Monday Night Raw. In comes Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. And Dominic tells Kathy that this is Rhea's interview. This is Mommy's time for an interview. Then Kathy says, listen, Dom, I'm sorry for the confusion, but this is actually Apollo's time for an interview. And then Ripley was going to be next. Dominic asked her who that is, and in regarding to Apollo Crews, Apollo tells Dominic that he is everything that Dominic wishes he could be. Dominic tells Kathy that this is Mommy's interview time. Ripley then begins to talk and tells Natalya that she will retain her women's championship at Night of Champions when they face off against each other. Apollo then cuts Rhea off and apologizes as he tells her that this is his interview time. Dominic then cuts him off and says, "You do not interrupt Mommy." Then Apollo says, "Well, I just did, and what are you going to do about it?" Rhea then says Dominic will beat him up, as Apollo says that he cannot wait to see him try. So that set up a match for later on in the night. Dominic Mysterio and Apollo Crews. So this would be Apollo Crews' debut technically on Monday Night Raw, or at least debut match on Monday Night Raw. You put yourself into something like this when it comes to a match on Monday Night Raw. You have Dominic Mysterio, who is in no position of losing right now when it comes to him being a part of the Judgment Day and having Ripley at his side. And Apollo Crews, who legitimately just came back to the main roster. Basically, this is his main roster call-up 2.0. This is basically his Monday Night Raw debut, technically, since being called back up from his NXT stint. Why book a match like this? That's my thinking going into any of this. Why would WWE book something like this when none of these two should be losing at all? Apollo Crews should not be losing, especially on his Raw debut match. This is technically his second chance on the main roster. This is really his second chance on the main roster. And Dominic's not losing. Dominic's been beating a ton of people on the WWE product as of late, and he's beating some big names on the WWE's product as of late. So, obviously, he's not losing at this point in time, which he honestly shouldn't be. I'm not saying that he shouldn't. I'm not saying that he should be losing. I'm just saying that, at this point in time, Dominic is not losing. But on the other hand, Apollo Crews should not be losing either. And you're booking yourself into some kind of weird corner there when it comes to that. Now, I hope WWE knows what they're doing when it comes to Apollo. Because like I said, this is basically his second chance. I love Apollo. I think Apollo is great. I loved Apollo when it was his first stint on the main roster. Let's not forget, guys, he is a former Intercontinental Champion. I mean, the championship run wasn't all that, to be desired for. But, it was what it was. I mean, he is a former Intercontinental Champion. And, Apollo Crews is nothing to really, shy at. So I don't know what WWE is doing right now with Apollo, but we'll see what happens, man. I like Apollo. I think Apollo is good, and he's also a former United States champion too. I forgot about that, right? But like I'm hoping that the WWE knows what they're doing when it comes to Apollo. I really do, because I like Apollo, and I want him to do a lot more than just losing on your Raw debut again. So we'll see. So, what happened after this was we had Finn Balor and Damian Priest being backstage as Finn is preparing for his match with Shinsuke Nakamura later on in the night. In comes Byron Saxton as Priest tells him that he is interrupting Finn's preparation for his match. Finn then tells Byron that Nakamura will pay for what he did last week. And then when we came back from commercial break, we saw a match between Candice LeRae and Zoe Stark. And let's just say you can hear a pin drop in that arena during this match. You really could. It sucks, man. It sucks because both of these two really do deserve a lot better than what they are getting right now. Zoe Stark's presentation on Monday Night Raw since being called up has been looking great. She's really looking like that dominant force like she was being in NXT for what she was doing down there in NXT, right? But she's not connecting with the audience. And that's been her problem since day one. That's been her problem since day one, I feel, when it comes to Zoe Stark. Something when it comes down to Zoe Stark is that she just can't get the crowd to get behind her. And it sucks knowing how good she really is. And the fact that she just can't connect with the audience, and that's what's holding her back. That's what's holding her back from everything, man. And Candice just deserves a lot better than this. I mean, she's being tied to the hip right now with Nikki Cross. We have no idea what that pairing is about. Nikki Cross basically caused Candice to win tonight. I didn't even really think Candice was going to win this regardless because I really don't know what they're doing right now with Candice. But Nikki caused Candice to match. So there's going to be something with that. Obviously, Zoe Stark being presented on Monday Night Raw in the way that she has been. It is what it is. We see where things going from there. But Zoe Stark won with the Z360, and she got the win. It wasn't really all that much to be desired for when it comes to this match, because like I said, you can hear a pin drop during this match because the crowd did not care. And that sucks for both of them because they are both so talented and they both deserve a lot better than what they get right now on WWE programming. But we got what we got tonight. And that's what happened. Now, we saw a drop kick by Candice and Zoe, to Zoe in the corner. Candice with a snapmare, and Zoe rolls onto the ring apron. Candice then with a drop kick, and Zoe falls to the outside. Candice, and with a splash off the second rope onto Zoe, she throws Zoe back into the ring, and Nikki grabs Candice and hugs her as Zoe pushes them both into the ring steps. Zoe then throws Candice back into the ring. She hits the Z360, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. Done. Alright, guys. Sorry about that, guys. I'm freaking tired. The show is making me tired. Not OTB, Monday Night Raw. Um, and this is basically when I got tired too. Um, you know, it, these two deserve a lot better. That's all I'm really gonna say. So hopefully they know what they're doing when it comes to Zoe, and hopefully they figure something out when it comes to Candace, because, like I said, they both deserve better. They both deserve better, and they both deserve a lot. Um, they they deserve a lot more interesting stuff when it comes to the women's division, other than this. So, you know, it sucks seeing how great this talent is, and we just can't capitalize on stuff like that. Then we got to probably the funniest part of the night. And I say funniest because, Brock Lesnar just made a meme for all of us wrestling fans to enjoy. Um, this was absolutely hilarious. And, I love the way it came about. I love the presentation. Well, not the presentation. I just love the. Um, actually, no, I do. I love the entire presentation of how this was going down, because Byron Saxton was backstage in Gorilla with Ali, and he was basically having a backstage interview with him in Gorilla position, and it looked like Ali was about to go out there for something, but um, he asked him about the upcoming match for the Intercontinental Championship with Gunther, and Ali says that he can't do this. This is too real for him. He says that he's been dreaming of something like this since he was a little kid, dreaming about being a champion. But if you look back at his career, he hasn't came close to that. Uh, he has been going through failure after failure, and no one can believe that he can defeat Gunther to become champion. As he was talking, Brock Lesnar then just walked past him, just walked past Byron and Ali and the cameraman. He basically shoves them out of the way, and he tells Ali to get a life. He said, "Get a life, kid." And then he walked through the curtain, out into the arena, onto the stage, and Brock was just gonna talk because Brock can just do whatever the fuck he wants. Brock Lesnar just pushing everybody out of the way and saying, "Get a life, kid." That was probably the funniest thing I heard all night, and that was probably just the best thing that I was gonna hear all night, because, man, Brock can just do whatever he wants, and that is just the reasons why Brock is just who he is. You're not going to tell Brock to just, stop. You're not going to get Brock to stop in his tracks. No, not at all, man. It was absolutely hilarious, and now it's just fantastic. Um, so there was that. Um, so he walks through the curtain, and he walks down to the ring as his music is playing. His music is playing, obviously the Beast Incarnate's music is playing. You think, this is gonna be something, like, ugh, like, just, minister and everything. Um, you would think Brock would do like his whole theatrics of doing his back and forth thing and just the arms and all that. No, he's just walking. So you just see Brock doing a normal walk down to the ring with his music playing. Um, Lesnar asked the crowd what they want to talk about in the whole Cody way. Uh, they boo him, and he says, "Oh, don't worry, I would boo Cody too." Unfortunately, Cody will not be there tonight. He says Cody will not be fighting Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions on Saturday. Uh, so he laughs about that. He then says that if anybody wants to face him at Night of Champions, come on down. Just come on down. Guess who came down to the ring? Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes down. He issues the open challenge for basically anybody on the roster to face him at Night of Champions. So he says to just come down to the ring, stand in the middle of the ring, just to face Brock Lesnar. Cody came out with an arm in a sling, and Adam Pearce and WWE officials are speaking to him while he is walking down to the ring. The fans chant Cody as he gets into the ring. Cody then removes the sling and the ice. He's basically undressing everything that he got his arm wrapped into, you know. Obviously, just for precautionary reasons, because obviously they don't even know the diagnosis of his broken arm yet. We don't even know the severity of it. So they put everything in the dressing and all of that just to do that. And Brock took off his hat, and both men begin to fight. Cody fighting with one hand as Lesnar gets Cody's arm and puts it in the Kimura lock, which is obviously a lock that a ton of people know for breaking arms. Now, what's going on, Nate? You see, Loft's stuff is here, but he is not currently here at the moment. So it's just been me for 45 minutes talking Raw. And Loft will be here, but he is taking care of some business, and I appreciate him for telling me that when he texted me. So he'll get here when he gets here. But yeah, this was basically, just Cody fighting with the one arm and Brock putting him in the Kimura lock. Lesnar then put his hat back on once he stopped doing the hold and stomped on the injured arm, which was basically already broken. And, Lesnar put his hat back on. Pierce gets into the ring and calls for medical to help Cody Rhodes out. Now, Cody Rhodes' arm is looking to be broken. So, that's just, fantastic. Everything's going up Millhouse when it comes to Cody Rhodes. So this is just great. I can't, that's gonna be fantastic. Yeah, Cody having a broken arm just 6 days before the show. Well, actually, no, 5 days technically because it's on a Saturday. Great stuff. God damn it. So I mean, why do we need to do this? Why? So that was that. Next on Raw, for no fucking reason whatsoever, I don't understand why this match is even happening. We had Maxine Dupree's team of the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis, take on the team of the Vicious Viking Raiders. Why? Can I ask you guys why this match happened? Can I ask you guys what the purpose of this match was? And if you guys can legitimately give me a reason as to why this match is happening, I would love to hear your guys' actual reasons behind this, But I don't think anybody's gonna give me one, or at least a legit one, to get behind when it comes to an Alpha Academy and Vicious Viking Raiders match, because there is none. There's no reason why this had to happen at all. You know, I, what? At least the right team won, you know. Obviously Alpha Academy, well, actually no, I shouldn't say obviously Alpha Academy won, because Alpha Academy apparently in WWE's logic just does not know how to win most of the time. But Alpha Academy did win this match here tonight, and honestly, this was really good to see. Gable did an O'Connor roll with a bridge onto Eric, and that got him the win tonight for Alpha Academy. And honestly, this was not a like this was a typical tag team match on Monday Night Raw between two teams that really have nothing to do with each other, but honestly could do something well together if they actually wanted to give it a try. I don't know what's happening here. I really don't. But we had Maxine and Valhalla argue on the outside as Valhalla chases her around the ring in a way. Ivar is on the top rope and Eric lifts Gable, but Gable kicks Ivar off the top rope and rolls him backwards. Basically, does the O'Connor roll and got the win. So there you go. And that was that. The match meant nothing. There was a winner and there was a loser. There was no story. Plain and simple. Just like that. Well, I really don't understand. And this is a go-home show, guys. This is a go-home Monday Night Raw show before Night of Champions. This is great. Saxon is backstage outside of Cody's locker room, and Adam storms into the room as Cody kicks him away, telling him to leave. I mean, basically, Cody is just not, having it tonight. He's just pissed off. He's pissed off because he got a broken arm. He's pissed off that Brock is just, attacking him for no reason. He's just pissed off. Okay, so Adam Pearce, listen, you unblocked me tonight on Twitter, man. Listen, I appreciate you for unblocking me tonight. It was cool. It was cool going to your page, actually being able to tag you, and actually seeing that you unblocked me, dude. Okay, this is great. It's a great thing to see. But now, listen, Cody is pissed. Okay, Cody is absolutely pissed that he got his arm broken by Brock. He can't do anything tonight, so he's just pissed off. Okay, let him cool down, because Cody's an emotional guy. Cody's just an emotional guy for all the reasons in the world. But let him cool off, and we'll see where things go for Night of Champions. Now, Cody's gonna fight with a broken arm. I already said this at the top of the show. Cody's gonna fight with a broken arm. And like Triple H said at the end of the show tonight, you can look at that arm and tell that it was broken. And I can tell because I've had 3 surgeries on these bad boys, which was a broken arm. Now, listen, I understand. You're trying to help Cody. I get that, man. I really do. But at the end of the day, Cody's gonna do what he wants. Cody fought with the torn pec completely off the bone. I think he is going to fight with a broken arm, regardless. So, whatever you were going to say to him during this segment tonight was not going to work. It was not going to work. So there was that. We went back from commercial break, and we had this Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor match. And this was a really good match to see. Finn and Shinsuke, it's a dream match for many. That's what they on commentary said it was. And they being Adam, Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick. Corey Graves used that line. But you know, Nakamura and Balor, they obviously have history with each other. They obviously know each other very, very well. But this was a really cool match to see. And Damian Priest got involved as always because Judgment Day. And Priest, he dragged Finn to the outside of the ring, Nakamura on the ring apron, and he hits Priest with a knee to the face. Nakamura with right hands onto Priest. He clotheslines Priest over the barricade. Finn then hit Nakamura with a shotgun drop kick, and he threw Nakamura back into the ring. Finn then hit him with a coup de grace, and he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And that was it. So, Finn got the win, and after that, came back from a commercial break, and we had another match right after that in the women's division, Raquel Rodriguez and Sonya Deville. I know, this was setting up their Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team Championships next week on Monday Night Raw. The Raw after Night of Champions. The Raw after Night of Champions. Could have had this at Night of Champions, but it's okay. And this was basically confirming Raquel's tag team partner, which turned out to be fucking Shotzi. Just why? This show, man. So, right hands by Sonya in the corner, but Raquel with a big boot. She did her twisting senton from the second rope. She lifts Sonya up for the Tahana Bomb, and she got the win. 1, 2, 3. Plain and simple, baby. That's it. Chelsea Green gets onto the ring apron to try to attack Raquel from behind. They double team Raquel until Shotzi runs in for the save. She hits Chelsea with a kick, and Raquel hits Sonya with a big boot. Shotzi then with a suicide dive onto both ladies to the outside of the ring, which was very slick. It was a very nice suicide dive from Shotzi. A very it was just a very nicely executed dive from Shotzi. And honestly, I know a lot of slack gets put on Shotzi. I know a ton of people do not like Shotzi. And some of the stuff that people say are warranted. Shotzi, she's had her ups and downs for sure on the main roster. And that's usually what happens, when NXT people get called up to the main roster. And now I understand she's been on the main roster for a long time now. But she was great in NXT, and I don't know what the fuck they did to her to make her what she is today. But it was a great dive. You have the tag team partnership of Raquel and Shotzi in this Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team titles next week on Raw. And we'll see where things go from there. I personally do not think they are winning those tag team titles. I really don't. Out of that, I think this is honestly just an easy way for them to get the titles on Shayna and Ronda. I do. I honestly thought it was going to happen at WrestleMania when they did that, but no. Well, actually, no. The women's tag team titles weren't even on they weren't even on the show for WrestleMania. Now that I think about it, but obviously, Ronda and Shayna, they won the showcase match. That's it. That's the fucking thing. They won their showcase match at 39. And I honestly thought that was going to be for the tag team titles, but they did that instead, and they did the women's showcase match for what that was. So I honestly think it's probably going to just be Shayna and Ronda that picks up the win, and they're going to be new tag team champions, and they're not going to do anything with the championships, as they usually don't do when it comes to women's tag team titles. I've been saying this since day one. I've been saying this since the inception of those freaking championships, that women's tag team titles do not need to exist. But they do. And that's what we're going to be having here when it comes to next week's Raw for the women's tag team titles being a fatal four-way. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to that. But I do think it's probably going to be Ronda and Shayna, and then I'll have to talk about them winning tag team gold on Monday Night Raw right here on OTB, and that's just not going to be a good day. That's I know next Monday is not going to be a good day. I can just tell. I can tell just from everything that's going to be happening from this weekend's festivities, and honestly what happened tonight. I am not looking forward to next week at all. I'm really not, but God damn it. Why do we have to suffer through this? So, the WWE referee, he just goes into Adam Pearce's office backstage, and he tells Adam that, Cody is just not cooperating with anything. He told him that he needs to talk to Cody, like, right away before something bad happens, because his arm is hurting. He's hurting real bad. He got a broken arm, and Cody's just going into pit of rage. So Adam Pearce is like, sure, I'll figure out what I need to do. I'll meet you over there. Then Trish Stratus comes in and stops him from basically doing anything, and says, she tells him tonight that they might need to put a no-touch policy during their contract signing. Pierce says that there is a lot going on tonight, and there is no need for a no-touch policy. Now, please get out of the way. Thank you, Trish. We then had the contract signing, and I could have sworn to you guys, listen, I know not a ton of people are here tonight, but listen, to the people that are here, we legitimately saw Big Time Bex reincarnated tonight, and this segment was god-awful. God-awful, man. What was Becky wearing? What was Becky wearing? Can I legitimately ask that question to the jury here? What was Becky wearing tonight? Those glasses, they were basically shielding her eyes. How could she see out of those things? Those things look like. What was she wearing tonight? It was Big Time Bex back on Monday Night Raw, and the Big Time Bex thing sucked. What happened? Now, I like Becky. I think Becky is great. I think Becky, a lot of people, some people don't really get her hype, and I understand why. I really do. To me, I think she is number 3 when it comes to all 4 of the horsewomen. You guys know my number 4. But at this point in time, what was Becky doing? This feud between Becky and Trish Stratus have not done anything. This is their biggest thing on Monday Night Raw when it comes to the women's division. Yet their champion, or technically the SmackDown Women's Champion, is having a feud with Natalya, who is serviceable at best. Who is serviceable at best. And like I said, serviceable. Serviceable is not always bad. But at the end of the day, it's fucking Natalya. She is the Dolph Ziggler of the women's division. Serviceable at best. And that's not the Dolph Ziggler. I think Dolph Ziggler is absolutely great at what he does. He legitimately, puts people over for what he is doing right now in the current state of his career. And he makes people look good. And yes, I said at best. Natalya is serviceable at best. I'll stand on that hill. I don't care. I don't really think Natalya is all that great. I never really cared for Natalya. And that's just God honest truth. But at the end of the day, this Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus story has not been hitting. It is not good. Trish Stratus is not meant for today's women's division. Becky Lynch, I don't know what the hell was happening tonight, but this feud and this rivalry is god awful. Y'all need a 5-hour energy so y'all can wake up. Listen, like I said, I'm gonna die on that hill, man. I really don't think Natalya's all that good. I really don't. But listen, I'm just one man. I'm one man. I'm one man's opinion. But it is what it is. I'm so happy that Loft did not watch Monday Night Raw tonight. I am really happy. I am so happy that he didn't, man. Because I appreciate that he did not watch Raw tonight, and that is him right next to me. He's just dealing with some stuff right now, so I'm letting him deal with the stuff. But yeah, this feud was just. This is not it. Trish Stratus is not meant for this iteration of the women's division. She is not good. I love Trish Stratus. I love Trish Stratus. I really do. But she is not fit for today's women's division. Her mic skills have drastically, went downhill. Or honestly, she's just been, recycling her old posts, and she really doesn't know what she is doing. Becky's good one. It's so weird with Becky because I think Becky is great. I really do. But Becky is good at some points and not so good on the others. And I'm like what are we doing right now when it comes to Becky? I really want to know because this is the biggest rivalry in the women's division on Monday Night Raw, and their women's champion, technically SmackDown, is in the feud with Natalya, and I really don't understand why we're doing stuff like this. I really don't. But Becky gets into the ring first. She says that she has some business to take care of, and she sits in the chair and signs the contract. She puts her feet on the table, and Corey Graves stands in the middle. Trish's music hits, and out comes Trish to the ring. Trish then tells Becky that she was eager to sign the contract, but she wasn't eager to come back to Raw when she beat her up. Trish says that this is her first contract signing, and she wants to enjoy this. Uh, Trish tells Becky that she is cool and casual because contract signings are not a big deal. She has had many of time, uh, but Becky has had many of them because of her. Uh, because of her. Because of the work that she has done. She can do her Irish gigs in some Irish restaurant and come back to do her signings because of her. She tells Becky that that she is number one, still is number one and will always be number one. She was number one from the time that she walked into WWE, and it didn't take a broken nose for her to get there. So that was that thing. Um, Trish tells uh, Becky that what will happen when she beats her at Night of Champions. Uh, that would make Trish it, and what will happen to Becky without it. What will happen to Becky without it, when she will be in a dark place to go through her stuff again. Trish then tells Becky that she needs to figure that out. Uh, she sees her weak spots. There we go. Holy shit.
Hey.
There you go. I'm so happy that you decided to stream instead of Monday Night Raw, because I
Oh, yeah.
legitimately have been talking about this show
I
for a
forgot.
good hour and a quarter minutes, and I have no idea why I was watching this show tonight throughout this entire experience. Um, you know, Brock legitimately broke Cody's arm tonight. I mean, that's a legitimate thing right now that's been going around. And this show is terrible. It's terrible.
Wait,
And
his arm
yes,
broken for
that
real?
is a legitimate thing that's going on right now. Yes. And you can look at that arm, bro, and say that that arm is legitimately broken. Hell, even Triple H said it tonight in that ending. And trust me, bro, I've had 3 surgeries on arms. Okay? I can even look at that and say that it could honestly be legitimately broken. But is Cody gonna care though? We saw him go inside Hell in a Cell with a torn pec completely off the bone. Cody's gonna wrestle at Night of Champions. We
Hmm.
had the vicious Viking Raiders versus the goddamn Alpha Academy. Does that have anything to do with Night of Champions?
No. No.
Not at all.
No. Nope.
um, like none of this mattered. None of this mattered up until this point, and we're going to the contract signing now. I was talking about the contract signing when you came on. Um, this was god awful.
Yeah,
In
I was there for Trish, but no.
in every stretch of the imagination, this was awful. Trish can't talk anymore, and I
Yeah.
love Trish. And Becky, she was back to big time Bex.
Oh yeah, she was wearing some crazy stuff.
She was back to big time Bex, and she had like those balloon glasses on. It looked like balloon hands on her face.
I don't know what
She
that was.
she was probably shielding herself from this terrible ass Monday Night Raw.
I want to start watching the show completely. I'm about to only start watching SmackDowns and pay-per-views. I'm like I'm so close to.
Dude,
I'm so close
like
to.
it pains me to say that this is probably the biggest women's feud that's happening on Monday Night Raw right now, and their women's champion, technically SmackDown, is in a feud with Natalia.
Are they doing that match on Saturday?
Yes, it's confirmed.
Oh, all right. Nice. Nice.
Oh, what did you think of Brock telling Ali to get a life, kid?
Brock tonight was that he was a gleaming point in the show. He was very funny tonight.
He was legitimately the only good part of the show for me.
When he cares, he cares.
He created a meme for the entire pro wrestling community to use, and I absolutely love it. I
He's
love
funny.
it, man.
He's funny.
Now, I mean, Ali possibly could have put his goddamn career on the line in that video he did on Twitter, but we'll see. We'll talk about that.
What do you do on
Um,
Twitter?
he basically he was just sitting in his rental car, basically saying what he was supposed to say on Monday Night Raw tonight, but Brock Lesnar um interrupted him, and he
Uh,
basically said in a nutshell that if he can't accomplish his dreams at Night of Champions, then his dreams deserve to die, and he might not be wanting to do this anymore.
mm,
So I don't know if that means he's just putting his career on the line
that's a crazy match.
or what.
Wow.
but
Ooh,
but I mean, it's legitimately the latest thing that he has on his Twitter, like the latest like media thing that he has on his Twitter. So you'd be able to find the video easily. Um,
Johnny gonna have a rough Saturday.
but
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's something that we're gonna have to keep a monitor on. Um, but yeah, but the contract signing, it was what it was. Um, so uh, so Trish signed the contract, and Becky is on the chair looking at her. Becky then tells Trish that Trish is scared. She saw her talking to Adam Pearce backstage, and she tells Trish that uh, she won't hurt her. She wants her 100% at Night of Champions. Trish is scared that history will forget her. Trish has stayed the same, and the fans remember Trish for being better than she actually is. Becky tells her that she needs to worry that she is back, but Trish wants her flowers. That's what all of this was supposed to be about, but that isn't really supposed to be what it is. Uh, Trish is trashy and she's all about fashion. Trish is cold and she is hot. She is trash. Well, she is it, and Trish is not. So I don't know what the hell all that was about, but that's what she said. Um, Becky says that
Okay.
she will punch Trish in the face every time that she gets a chance to, and she can look in the mirror and say that she is not perfect when Trish really thinks that she is. Trish tells she tells Trish that she has a career that Trish always wanted. Trish has done things that would give her nightmares, and if she thinks barking like a dog is embarrassing, just wait until she beats her ass at Night of Champions. And then she barked like a dog and flipped the table, and Trish ran away because she didn't want the table to be flipped on her.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's a nut ass feud.
This is making my brain hurt, bro. I've said this on multiple occasions on this show. I thought that Becky needed to be back in order to bring this feud back to prominence.
Yeah.
Becky being back is making this feud almost even worse because this feud, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
And I
I
want to
think
care. I
that,
want to care about Becky and Trish.
the idea is there. The idea is there, but the execution is not. And I don't know if it's Trish just not being in the company for a while, or just I think it's mostly that, because I don't think there's anything wrong with Becky at this point. It's just there's not the connection isn't there at the moment, and it's probably just because Trish hasn't been here for a while. So putting her into this high profile feud where she has to be talking on the mic a lot,
Yeah.
it's taxing her at the moment. So at least I hope that the match makes up for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope the match makes up for it. There's a high chance that it won't, but I hope that it does, because I see a reason why they went with this feud. And it's not a bad feud. It's just, I think, just the execution of it for many different reasons isn't really going the way they need it to go.
So we get another update by Adam Pearce, and he's basically on the phone with whoever he's on the phone with, saying that, well, Cody's arm is in shambles. It's basically, mangled into pieces, and we have no idea what's going on.
Mm.
But he can't speak to Cody because Cody will not allow anybody to be in his locker room. He is just, kicking everything, and he's just pissed off, and he has a broken arm, so he's like, it's just screw everything. Which I honestly can't blame him for, because this was not what he signed up for when he came back to WWE. First he got a torn pec, and now he got a broken arm. I mean, dude,
Ain't looking good so far.
no. But we came back from commercial break, and we have Byron backstage with Raquel and Shotzi. He asked Shotzi why she went out there to help Raquel. Shotzi told Raquel that she always has her respect and got her back. And Raquel says, "Look, like, I found my new tag team partner." So they'll get the shot on next Monday's Raw for the Fatal 4-Way. The people in the chat already know who I'm picking for this Fatal 4-Way. I honestly think this is just another opportunity for them to just give the titles to Ronda and Shayna. I really do. I don't really think anything else is really going to be happening other than that.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to have the women's tag team titles on the line at Mania, and I thought Ronda and Shayna were going to win it then. But that obviously didn't happen, as they did the showcase matches instead. Now, from what I hear, Liv is in a movie now.
Yeah, her and Charlotte.
And I honestly thought the injury was real, but maybe the injury that they did for Liv was to write her off so that she can do the movie.
I think she's actually hurt, because when she got hurt, Coda got hurt in the same match, because Coda was trying to protect Liv. So I think
Right.
both of them like actually messed up.
Because when I heard about the movie, I'm like, all right, well, then that injury thing was just so that she can be written off. But then I also heard that Coda was injured during that entire match as well. And I was like, wait, if both of them are injured.
I'm pretty sure both of them are hurt for real. For obviously, Coda is more severe, but Liv will probably only be out like 2 or 3 months, they said. But I'm pretty sure they both are hurt for real.
So even with the injury that she actually does have, maybe she'll be out for even longer. That way she can do whatever role that she is in for, and then she'll come back whenever she is ready, or after the movie taping or whatever. But we'll see where things go from there. We then had Dominic Mysterio take on Apollo. I said this at the beginning, or basically near the beginning of the show when you were taking care of your business. I had no idea why this match was even happening to begin with, because you're putting yourself into a corner when it comes to these two. Dominic is in no position of losing at all, and this is Apollo's second chance on the main roster, like his second stint on the main roster. He got called up tonight, basically. And, like, this is basically his second chance. He's basically in the role that Austin Theory is in right now. Austin Theory was on the main roster, went back down to NXT, and then got called back up to the main roster. This is basically where Apollo Crews is at right now. So you have him lose on his Raw debut again to somebody like a Dominic Mysterio who is in no position of losing, why are you booking yourself into a corner like this?
I didn't even watch this match. I turned the game back on. I didn't see the reason to watch this.
Dominic won, like just like I knew he was going to. Yeah, I knew he was going to win this because I mean Dominic's been beating basically everybody as of late, and they've been big names as of late to Dominic's list of people that he's been beating. So like Apollo losing his Raw debut again, good stuff. I just know Apollo's a former U.S. and IC champion on the main roster. A lot of people forget that he's been those champions before. Um, but I mean, he is, and Zoe Stark got no reaction tonight with her match
Yeah.
against Candice. So you heard a fucking pin drop during that. We had no build, nothing for JD McDonough, and I thought JD McDonough was going to be a part of the show tonight. He did nothing tonight.
Yeah, no.
And, and then they did an Apollo match just so that he can lose to Dominic. WWE has been known for killing momentum down for NXT superstars in the past. But dude, you have some quality NXT talent here. Don't fuck it up.
This is what I was trying to tell people about Zoe Stark, and no one was listening to me. Zoe Stark doesn't have a personality, so you're gonna put
Yes.
her on there, and she's just gonna be. She's a great wrestler, but she has no personality.
I said the exact same thing when you were taking care of your business. I'm like, listen, these two both deserve so much better than what they are doing right now. But the thing that is holding Zoe Stark back is that she can't connect with the crowd. She couldn't even connect really with the crowd during her NXT days, let alone a main roster days, which is completely different than the NXT crowd. There is something like both of them are extremely talented, especially Candice. I mean, look at Candice versus Io. If you need anything to hold on to Candice for, Candice and Io were great. Candice is great. Zoe is great in the ring, but she can't get the crowd behind her, and that's what's been holding her back all this time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't. I think they have time to fix it. They definitely have time to fix it, but it's scary at the moment. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, Dominic won this thing. The referees had to count at 9 before Apollo gets into the ring. Before the whole thing, when he was on the outside, Rhea threw Apollo into the steel steps and threw him into the ring post. At a count of 9, he got back into the ring, and as he was getting into the ring, Dominic comes in nowhere with a frog splash 3/4 away from the ring. He was on like the left top turnbuckle, and he jumped all the way like 3/4 away from the ring as he was getting into the ring was Apollo, and got the win. 1, 2, 3. He did a frog splash basically to the back of Apollo, and that's how he won. So Dominic got the win, and we saw things going on from there. Apollo was actually holding on to his shoulder, so I don't know if he's just selling or what. But for the love of God, I just hope he was, because he was holding his shoulder and grimacing in pain. So hopefully, it's just a good sell job. But Dominic won, and that was
Yay.
it. So good stuff there. We then had the main event. And it was a 6-man tag team match. It was Riddle with Sami and KO versus and versus Imperium. I said this last week on this show. I really hope that WWE knows what the fuck they got in Imperium. Gunther's obviously one thing. WWE obviously knows what they have in Gunther because he's been the Intercontinental Champion for as long as he has been. But Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, or Leonardo da Vinci, as I love to call him.
Yeah.
They are so good, bro. And they continue to lose and lose and lose.
They put them in the weirdest positions, dog. And I'm sitting there watching the match. Like, I know they're going to lose, but it's just like you gotta start making them a legitimate force on the main roster. But at the same time, you can't have them beat the tag champion. So I'm definitely in the. I don't know why they want to just put them in a match against Indus. Like, why do I have to hear them talk? You know, Indus, I think they fought like local competitors.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
You feed them to Indus,
yeah,
or maybe Indus needs wins too. It's I don't know. It's too much stuff. They have too many.
Oh, I would definitely have Indus continue to win because those two actually look dominant together, and I would actually like to see what WWE has in store for them specifically. Not Jinder. Jinder can go fuck off, but those other two, Sangha and Veer, together, those two were dominant in that match.
Sangha.
Those two were dominant in that match, man. I know it's enhancement talent, but you know those two actually looked good. Sangha, I haven't even seen in the ring. That was my first time ever seeing Sangha in the ring, and he was fantastic. Yeah, that was my first time ever seeing him in the ring. I didn't even know what he was about until that match.
Huh.
I never knew how good he was, so I was like, holy shit, this guy is fantastic. Yeah. But they need to do something with Imperium, bro. And I'm tired of being like, I'm almost like, you know me, I'm an Imperium mark. I don't care that I'm calling myself a mark right now. I just love these three.
Yeah, they're good.
Together. These three together are fantastic. and I want them to do something on the main roster, man. Like, I really do feel like Imperium as tag team champions down the line would be fantastic. I really do, because they were like, what? I believe they're like 2-time NXT tag champions. They were great in the NXT division. They know what they're doing, right? But
yeah,
for whatever reason on the main roster, they just lose. And I'm like, don't put them into positions to lose.
It's already starting off bad.
And don't. Yeah.
I don't know. It's already starting off bad, and they don't know if they want to. I don't know if it's just like a lack of personnel or if it's a lack of like. I don't know. There's too many moving parts on Raw for them to successfully have 4 different teams debuting and have all of them win. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. And don't even get me started on Riddle being their tag team partner, because Riddle's been, tied to the hip of Sami KO since he legitimately returned to WWE since his rehab. So, like, they're just, putting him to the hip of Sami and KO. Now, originally the plan was to have Shinsuke be the tag team partner for them. But obviously that changed to what we got tonight, which is Shinsuke and Finn, which was a pretty dang good match from what we got. But it was originally supposed to be Shinsuke with him.
Thank God.
Now that would have been fantastic, because I've been actually, if you know me, I've actually been asking for a Shinsuke Gunther thing for a while now. Now, obviously, it was Riddle tonight. And I would not mind seeing a Riddle Gunther thing. If you have to, like, continuously to put people in front of Gunther in order to get him to September to break the reign of Honky Tonk, fine. I'm fine with that. But we got to get things going because it's going to be Ali and Gunther this Saturday, and we got to see where it's go from there. And with everything that happened on the Twitter video tonight, bro, it's really making me feel like something could happen at Night of Champions.
You think he's gonna win?
Dude, I don't, dude. There's been reports all over the place saying that there is a big title change that is on the horizon at Night of Champions, and whatever this championship is, it'll be the next step in their career.
Huh.
Now, listen. If you look at this card right now, a lot of this stuff when it comes to the Night of Champions card, it's not looking like I'm gonna pull up the Night of Champions card right now when it comes to the that report saying that whatever the title is could be like the next big step in their career. It's really looking like an IC championship match is on the horizon, because the World Heavyweight Championship match, that's the new champion. So that's not really going to be the next big step in their career, because obviously they've been champion before and they know what it's like to be a world champion. Brock and Cody, that's not a championship match. Undisputed Tag Team Championship match, I mean, we don't even want to talk about being a new champion. So let's get that out of our heads.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Then we have Gunther and Ali, which you look at that match, that could be like a next huge big thing for the career of Ali if he were to win against Gunther and become IC champion, which would be his first championship in all of WWE on the main roster besides the Cruiserweight Championship, but the Cruiserweight title was a Cruiserweight title. Which was Ali even the Cruiserweight Champion? I think he had to have been.
Oh, no.
Was he? No, he wasn't. No, I just looked it up now. He was not. Yeah. So that would be his first ever championship in WWE, which is a huge step for somebody's career.
Yeah.
Then Bianca and Asuka, that's not really any big step for their career. I mean, Bianca's on a run of a lifetime now, and Asuka is Asuka. She's great.
Mm-hmm.
Ripley and Natalya? I mean, Natalya's not beating Ripley.
I hope not.
And if she does, I will puke.
Yeah,
my brain's out.
That was pretty bad. Pretty bad.
And then Trish and Trish and Becky, that's not a championship match. So if there is any possibility of a huge step in somebody's career happening at Night of Champions, it could be Ali, bro. Now, I highly doubt it happens. I really do. I highly doubt it happens. I do think Gunther retains. I do. But if Ali won, I'm not going to be shocked. Now, it would be a total swerve because a lot of people want him to go to September to beat Honky Tonk.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll send you the report because there's this possible big title changes happening at Night of Champions. If it's not the tag team titles, it could be the IC title.
I hope that's not the tag titles, because that makes me want to throw up too.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the United Champions card. We have 7 matches on the card. It starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, I'll be at work, sadly, at 2. I'll probably be able to watch the press conference whenever that starts, but I have to leave at 1:30 to go to work for 2 o'clock, and I'm not gonna be. I'm not just gonna watch a half hour of the product. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna come home at 6:30. I'm gonna watch the show, and then possibly we can do a review if everybody is down. Because I think Saturday is the only thing that we have for United Champions, and then I think Double or Nothing's on that next day, Sunday.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe. Yeah, because I know Double or Nothing is during the same week as Night of Champions. So
All right, cool.
I at least I'm hoping Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing, right? Not the catchphrase Double or Nothing. God dang it, Twitter. Yeah, the 28th. So yeah,
Okay.
um, yeah, this Sunday. I just have to make sure. Okay, so yeah, we have Night of Champions on Saturday, Double or Nothing on Sunday. I'm thinking we possibly do a double prediction show on Thursday because I don't want to just cut people off of
Yeah.
like our prediction show. So if anything, we can do a double prediction show for Thursday. Double or Nothing isn't really looking all that like it looks like a good card, but it's not the best card in the world for a Double or Nothing. I'm gonna be completely honest. And I love AEW. I think AEW is great, but I mean we have 9 matches on the card, and
That's good.
you know how long Double or Not, you know how long AEW pay per views go. So 9 matches could be like 5 hours for these people, which is insane. But I'm hoping it's not. Um, it- it's not the
Vikings on
worst
that.
card in the world, but it definitely isn't a Double or Nothing type show that we usually get. And there's rumors going around that Punk could be in Vegas. So dude,
Oh, dear
that
God.
right there is just disgusting. So we'll see. I'll just go over and I'll just go over everything that's happening at um Double or Nothing now. That way we can figure something out for the show. Um, Obviously we have the Fatal 4-Way for the AEW World Title: MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, who apparently everybody's just hating all of a sudden right now, and Darby Allin. Yeah, everybody just hates Jungle Boy for whatever reason
Damn.
now. FTR versus Jeff Jarrett. That's JEFFJARRETT and Jay Lethal for the
Damn.
AEW Tag Team Championships. Mark Briscoe is the special
Okay.
guest referee, so that's gonna be fucking wild.
That should
Um,
be hilarious. Huh.
we have a ladder match for the TNT Championship: Christian versus Wardlow.
Oh
So
God.
that's just
That's going straight to
wild.
Christian.
We have a 21-man blackjack battle royal for the International Championship. Orange Cassidy versus Aaron Solo versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus QT Marshall and 17 others to be determined in the blackjack battle royale. The reason why it's a 21 man blackjack battle royale is because you need 21 for blackjack. That's the whole
Oh,
card game.
okay.
If you know blackjack, you got to get 21 in order to win. That's why it's 21. Orange Cassidy asked Renee Young to be a part of the Battle Royale too, but she respectfully declined. So that would have been something wild to see Renee Young make her in-ring debut in a 22-man blackjack Battle Royale.
Has she wrestled before?
No, never. That's why she respectfully declined.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Then we have Jane defending her AEW Women's World Championship against Toni Storm.
Tony time.
For whatever
Tony
reason.
time.
It's Tony time. I love Tony time. Then we have the Blackpool Combat Club and Bryan Danielson, which was his birthday yesterday. Technically yesterday because it's 1:30 now. So happy birthday, GOAT. So we have Bryan Danielson, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and apparently, holy shit, Shota Umino is a part of this now from New Japan. The hell? Okay. Shota Umino. You probably don't know who he is from New Japan. Versus the Elite in Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Hangman Adam Page, and Konosuke Takeshita is going to be a part of this too now. Holy shit. Whose birthday earlier? It was Bryan Danielson's birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to the GOAT. But yeah, that's Anarchy in the Arena, which if you know anything about Anarchy in the Arena, it's just fucking fantastic. Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie for the TBS title. And
I want
to
lose.
Who do you want to lose?
I want Jade to lose, dog.
Holy shit, thank God. Oh my God, I thought I was going to be the only one.
Nah, it's over.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Woff, I am so happy. I am so happy you want your favorite to lose.
Bro, they have
done nothing. They do nothing. They do
It's
nothing.
bad. It's bad, bro.
They have done nothing with her.
Yeah.
She has had 5-minute matches in her entire career in AEW. I am sick of it, man.
Yeah.
When I made that tweet on Twitter that day, I was not taking any bullshit. I was not. And then I made the video on TikTok. I was not taking anyone's bullshit today when I made that video. Or that day when I made it. Because I'm like, bro, I don't care. I have to talk about it.
I got one of my
drafts. Because her 500-day reign, her 500 or 400-day reign, whatever it is, it's not impressive, dude. It's not.
Unfortunately, they're losing it. They already lost it, if I'm being honest with you.
It's not impressive. Then we have Ethan Page and the Guns versus the Hardy Party in Isaiah Cassidy, Jeff, and Matt Hardy. And if the Hardy Party win, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract, whatever the fuck that means.
Wow. Okay.
Well, Matt Hardy was a part of the firm during their part of the story when Jeff was not in AEW at that point. So they're basically flip-flopping the scenario. If the Hardy Party win, Ethan Page will be a part of the Hardy Party. So there's that. And then Adam Cole takes on Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match.
Adam Cole, baby.
That should be cool. If you were to tell me that in 2023 I was seeing Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match, I would have been telling you that you're a freaking nuthead, and that's just not going to happen. But it is. It was not on my bingo card
at all
to see this, but I think it's actually going to be really cool. So there's that. Do we see a new AEW champion come Sunday? I know we'll do the predictions on Thursday, but just a quick one right here.
I don't. Jungle Boy, I don't see him as AEW champion, unfortunately. Darby is cool, but I don't know. I despise Sammy, so I'm not even gonna. I'm not gonna put that in the air.
Sorry, Johnny and Marissa.
I apologize, but I don't give a damn. They suck.
Not you two.
Apparently. No, not those two. Savvy. Ty's okay. I like her. She's
I
okay.
like Ty. Ty and Sami are cool to me, but
Sami makes me want to punch a wall. So he can go and trip on a Lego or something.
I personally don't think we see a new champion. I really don't. I think this is just a really cool thing to see. The 4 pillars is what we've been wanting to see. Well, AEW fans have been wanting to see for a long time, and I'm glad it's actually happening at Double or Nothing because it's kind of full circle.
Yeah.
When it comes to everything, but I personally think MJF is going to be standing tall as AEW champion, and apparently, from what the reports are saying, it looks like Punk could either be showing up during the Elite match or at the end of this Fatal 4-Way. So who knows what the fuck is happening?
Oh my God. I'm gonna release the biggest AEW slander video if I see CM Punk at any point during the show. But if he pops up after MJF retains,
I have a video in my drafts about what they could possibly be doing, and like this is just me basically being a fantasy booker for what could be happening at the first Collision show. But dude, with all the reports of coming out that Punk could possibly be in Vegas, what I have in my drafts could legitimately be happening, and I don't want it to happen, but it could. Now, I don't want to say it here because I do want to see your reaction when I release the video.
Oh God.
But yeah, you're probably gonna be pissed. You're probably gonna stitch, and then you're probably not gonna talk to me for the rest of the week. Who knows?
Is that bad, Phil?
I have a feeling that it could possibly be that bad. Especially to you, because you don't like CM Punk. So in any Punk kind of scenario, you just want to just punch a wall. So it could be that bad.
This is ridiculous.
But we'll see. But yeah, that was a little bit of a preview for AEW, guys. I'm sorry that it kind of went there, but you know, it is what it is. We'll talk about AEW when the time is right for Thursday. We'll talk about Night of Champions when the time is right for Thursday. Tuesday's talk probably won't be happening tomorrow because I actually do have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. Family stuff, you know, that's probably not going to be a thing that'll happen. But I will be right back here live on Wednesday for the Dynamite post show, the final Dynamite before Double or Nothing. So Tony has to hit a home run for this show. If somebody joins me, cool. If somebody doesn't, I'll be right here. I am in the works with our designer right now, Relic, to possibly be getting a new revamp of everything when it comes to the show, and we could possibly be debuting it for this weekend's events of Night of Champions and Double or Nothing. I have to talk to him, but it looks like things are going to be in the works for that, and who knows, we can possibly be seeing stuff like that. Not like a total revamp and everything, because we'll still have our for the brand video intro that we always have. But for the summer months and everything like that, I thought it would be a really cool thing to just throw a fresh coat of paint to OTB and seeing what happens, man. And you guys know Relic. Relic is an absolute gem when it comes to stuff like this. He basically created everything that you see here. The video intro, this layout here for the 1, 2, and 3 camera setups and everything. Like, man, the guy has been an absolute gem to us, and we can't thank him enough for it. But yeah, man, having a fresh coat of paint for this weekend's festivities could be in the works, and it's looking really, really cool. Really cool. Can't wait to see the finished product. But all right, guys, we'll talk to you guys on Wednesday. I'll just say it right now. It's most likely going to be Wednesday for the Dynamite post show. And if Loft does not have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here, we're going to get the hell out of here. And Loft, I appreciate you once again for streaming during Monday Night Raw, because this was a fucking shit show.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, I'm so very close to only watching SmackDown and pay-per-views. I saw someone say yesterday, and I was like, that's a great idea. So Oh, and everyone watching, please give your prayers to the Miami Heat so we can beat the Celtics tomorrow, and I can
Dude,
breathe.
I I said that during our SeatGeek promotion. I'm like, listen, man, if you're going to that Miami Heat game, use the code OTB20 at checkout or OTB at checkout for $20 off your first purchase using SeatGeek, man. You could be seeing history. Okay, the Nuggets defeated the Lakers tonight and swept them,
Mm-hmm.
and we could possibly be seeing that again tomorrow for the Heat game. So that's going to be fantastic. Um, I honestly can't wait. I'm actually legitimately going to be I'm going to be watching that game. I am, because I mean that's going to be fantastic for you, and I can't wait to see that. Apparently though, the Laker and Nuggets game tonight was close. I think it was like a 2-point difference.
Yeah, LeBron got blocked at the end. It was kind of tough.
Why does LeBron keep shooting? I keep hearing that from people now. Like LeBron just keeps shooting, and it's just not working.
He's thinking about retirement, and I promise I'll cry, Phil. Like,
didn't Carmelo just retire today?
yes, he did.
Anthony?
Yes, he did.
He was one of my favorites growing up when I was actually just getting like started to get into basketball at like an early age.
Yeah.
Before I even knew you, like he was one of my guys. Like I loved Carmelo.
That's Hooper right there.
But yeah, I mean now LeBron's talking retirement, dude. I will legitimately cry there too. Oh man, but like I heard Tio today on the story. He's like, dude, why are you shooting? Why are you shooting? You're shooting and you're missing every time. Stop shooting.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's been happening to LeBron. He's just been bad as of late.
He getting old. It might be the end. I hope it's not. I don't know. I can't imagine watching basketball if LeBron's not there. It just hurts.
Oh yeah, no, I can't even imagine LeBron just not being on the court. Like that's just not. The day I actually see LeBron not on a basketball court, that's probably the day I'm probably just not watching basketball ever again.
I'm definitely gonna watch
And
basketball
that
again. Cry. I'm just gonna cry for about 6 hours. You know. Damn.
I might just have to retire personally from basketball, considering what the fuck's happening. God dang. Well, listen, I somewhat watched the Grizzlies this year, okay? But Josh is an idiot. Josh
Yeah.
is an idiot. So like I might legitimately have to just retire. Or figure something else out when it comes to a team, because dude,
Won the Miami Heat.
John's an idiot. And I don't think I can support that anymore.
Join the Miami Heat. What's the good side?
Hey, listen. I was a huge Heat fan back when like I was like 10.
See, everybody
so 15
was.
years later.
We back.
15 years later. Let's go. Listen. I took a hiatus. I am back.
Listen.
And we can get things going again.
As long as you know how to say "Let's go Heat," you'll be just fine.
We got that guy Bam Adebayo or something like that. I don't know. That last name's weird.
He knows.
That last name's weird, but I think it's Adebayo.
Yeah.
But you know that's a dude. I like that. I like Big Bam. That's what I'm probably calling him. Big Bam. What is he? Small forward? Power forward? What is he?
He's a 4 or 5, so he's a power forward and a center.
Got it. See, that's what I can call him Big Bam then.
He's 6. It technically works. So
it technically works. Oh Jesus, he is big. He's big. He's big show height basically. He's 7 foot.
He's pretty tall.
Yo, imagine Big Bam and Big Show.
All right. All right.
Hey, listen, Shaq was in a wrestling ring, okay? Listen, it can happen.
Fucking Shaq, man.
Shaq was in Jade Cargill's debut match. bro.
I watched that match. I think that was like the first or second time I watched AEW, and I was totally confused on what I was seeing. I was like, why is Shaq here? Who's this beautiful woman with Shaq? Why are they wrestling?
And it was goddamn Cody Rhodes and Red Velvet. Where is Red Velvet, by the way? I want me some Red Velvet again.
Me too. Mm.
Stir it up, baby. Stir it fucking up, bro.
Where does she
I
go?
want Red Velvet.
I saw Kiera Hogan at the Heat game, and I just started to melt for a little bit. That was too much for me.
See, Kiera Hogan's a Heat fan, bro. You got to get with her.
Bro, it was her, Diamante, and then some other dude. I don't know who the other dude was.
Oh God, Diamante was there.
Yeah, it was those two, and it was some other dude who was next to her, and I don't know.
Oh wait,
who.
isn't Kira and D? Isn't Kira and D like together?
Yeah, she's lesbian.
That's no, that's what I thought. I was like, wait, I know something
Yeah,
was like
she's
that,
lesbian.
but and then some other dude, I don't know who the fuck that was. But
I don't know. It said a wrestler, so I guess he was a wrestler. I don't know.
We'll figure. You know what, guys? That was your Monday Night Raw post show. Double or Nothing preview, basically, and a Night of Champions preview all into one. We'll see you guys on Wednesday for the Dynamite post show. Apparently, what's happening on Dynamite, I don't know if the Dynamite card is out yet. But you know, we'll see what happens for Dynamite. It might actually be out already. Who knows? It is.
All right, shit.
Holy shit. You get the Ring of Honor Tag Team title match. Wait, Lady Frost is here? What the fuck?
When did she get there?
Taya Valkyrie versus Lady Frost on Wednesday. Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Fletcher for the International Championship. Kyle Fletcher is basically somebody from the not United Kingdom. Will Ospreay's group in New Japan.
Aussie Open.
Aussie Open, that's it.
Okay.
We'll have Tony Khan making an announcement on where the first location will be for Collision. It's Chicago. It's at the United Center. So be prepared for that. Hear from the Four Pillars, Chris Jericho, and Adam Cole contract signings. So that's good.
Something.
We hear from Ricky Starks, baby. And then we
right
got the House of Black defending their Trios Championship in an open house match against Blake Christian, AR Fox, and Grand Metalik, aka just Metalik, because Grand Metalik is WWE and they can't use WWE names. So it's just Metalik. All right, not too bad. We also hear from the Four Pillars and FTR. So there is that. But guys, that'll be on Wednesday. We'll see you guys then. And we'll see you over the next few weeks when it comes to OTB right here on the channel. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring tonight's episode. We'll see you on Wednesday for the Dynamite Post Show. And for Loft, I'm Phil. Thank you so much for watching OTB. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Peace.